You are now watching M.O.D. Entertainment. Make sure you subscribe and check out the playlist.
I grew up hearing gunshots in the late night. Ghetto bird, police sirens as a mother cries. Just another victim of the Soundbrown genocide. Locals posted, locked and loaded, ready to take lives. And when they heard the chieflet, they would duck up out of sight. Like your car when the sundown, it was mission time. You had to stay alert, cause bullets always travel blind. We stayed posted, we stayed drinking, and we getting high. Marchando down the enemy's neighborhood as we ride. Put the hood, put the glica sample, fuck their side. No regrets, but the truth is no peace of mind.
G-File.
Now, right here, as we enter the Montebello area, you have Barrio Montebello, Southside Montebello to be exact. Barrio Southside Montebello is the originated neighborhood out of the city of Montebello on the south side, like I said. And they with the business, homie. You definitely hear about these guys. Made the news several times for all kinds of sweeps. Like I said, homie, these guys are definitely with the business, homie. You can find them almost right there by Data and Spruce Street. Like you could but just not even just that in that location. You could just find them spread out. By the park as well. You could just find them spread out through all of Montebello. You feel me? Like I said, they made the news several times for all kinds of this madre. You feel me? Arms sale, drug sales, murders. You know what I mean? The Montebello neighborhood is with the business, homie. And they already been right here for a cool minute. I was told since the 60s, 70s, por ahí. So like I said, homie, they're heavily established, heavily rooted. And these guys ain't no chumps, homie. People over here thinking that, Montebello's a lovely area and stuff like that. And although it may seem like it is, homie, you got to keep through, Chuck, because these neighborhoods, they got their riders, homie, and they are not playing, dog. They will lay you out. But yeah, that's what's up with the Montebello area right there for the Southside Montebellos. Definitely putting their barrio up on the map. Shout out to the homie Monster from Montebello. That fool was a big boy right there, homie. Shout out to Joe from Montebello. And shout out to all the homies from Montebello that be doing their thing. Bear from Montebello too. That's the homie right there. Shout out to all the homies from Montebello that be putting their barrio up on the map right there, homie. Now, another original homebred neighborhood out of the city of Montebello right here. You have the Vale Street. Now, Vale Street Locals is VSL. So not to be confused with Varnoe Street Locals. It is the same abbreviation, but this is the Vale Street Locals right here in the city of Montebello. And you can find them right there. They're located on Olympic and Vale. Obviously, is where their neighborhood's at. So through those back ends and through those back streets. And you can also find them chilling by the Parque también. It's where you find the Vale Street neighborhood. And like I said, this neighborhood is definitely with the business. These guys are no chump, no pushovers. You definitely see the activity by these guys. You know what I mean? The graffiti and just, like, I'm telling you, man, Montebello be an area where it be cracking, homie. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know a lot of people like to think of it because it looks nice and stuff like that, ain't nothing really popping or whatever, but I always have said, looks could deceive, homie. You know what I mean? Just because an area looks nice does not mean that it is nice. You feel me? And this neighborhood has already been right here since the 60s, 70s, but as well. I was told that that's like what they was just started as just like a small little like club, whatever. And then once the street activity started happening, it was like around the 70s, 80s, por ahí. But yeah, that's what's up with the Vale Street neighborhood right there. Definitely putting their barrio up on the map, you feel me? And even though they may not be as large as some of these other neighborhoods right here in Montebello, because they used to be large in numbers, but, through the years, they have gotten a lot, smaller. But like I have said, nonetheless, homie, they with the business, and they still active and be doing their thing right there and putting their barrio up on the map, you feel me? Now, another neighborhood that you have right here in Montebello that's homebreaded to this area, where originated at, is Barrio 213. Now, people are confused, like, well, why Barrio 213 if it's 323? See, the thing is that they were 213 before it turned into 323, before the area codes switched. That is the reason, hence why they got their name, Barrio 213. They were 213 before it was 323. You know what I mean? Because the area codes were 213 before they turned into 323. So that lets you know how long they already have been around and doing their thing. You feel me? Since before even the change of the area code. Now, Barrio 213 is a neighborhood that you definitely hear about. You know what I mean? They definitely with the business. They used to be large in numbers. They got in a lot smaller, but nonetheless, homie, this neighborhood is a well-known neighborhood, well-established, and they got their riders, homie. You definitely see the activity, and not only that, this is the neighborhood that Jasper Loco. And Baby Jokes being the actor slash rapper, the one he comes out in a gang of movies and his music. Go scope them out. Jasper Loco's a boy right there. He gets down, homie. He has talent, homie. I recommend his. I highly do recommend his music. And so this is their neighborhood and where they're from. They're from Barrio 213, right here in Montebello. You feel me? And yes, Montebello is considered East Los, and yes, it is a real neighborhood. Um, you know what I mean? You can find them right there on the Cedar Block. You know what I mean? The dead end. You know what I mean? So you better be through. You trying to go over there, homie? You let shit be on and cracking, homie. Cedar Block. That one-way turf, is where you can find the Vital 213 gang. And like I said, homie, they got the riders. And not only there, but they're located in several different spots. You know what I mean? But East Los, is their home right here in Montebello. And like I said, Montebello is in East LA. That is what they claim. And 213 is a real neighborhood. You know what I mean? Or you see it sometimes, TWO13, 213. They just use the beginning of the lettering, to line it out like that. But yeah, Barrio 213 definitely be with the business representing right there and putting the barrio up on the map right there. Now another neighborhood that you have right here in Montebello is the Barrio V&E Gang. Now V&E Gang is the same one as the one from the Boyle Heights area and the Strada Courts. It is the same. Like I said, they have different locations spread out throughout all of LA County. Because the V&E neighborhood is a large old school neighborhood. Like I said, it's been around since the 30s, 40s. So they have spread out to different locations throughout the years. And Montebello is their second, like probably their second largest stronghold. Um, you know, is located right there where their TikTok's click is at, named after the motel right there where they used to hang out and do their thing. And, through those back ends is what they used to call their, Montebello, their home right there. Hence where the name TikTok's, the clica, comes from. And they also have the tiny winos right there and a few other clicks. You know what I mean? Like I said, and Boyle Heights and Montebello aren't even that far from each other, so it's a larger neighborhood as a whole. It's not as large as its original home roots right there, but it still has a large presence. Definitely with the business, definitely see the activity, and they be holding it down. I got a gang of homies out of V&E, and like I said, I ain't gonna be busting a roll call right here because it's too many. But shout out to all the homies from V&E that be holding it down right there for the barrio, and representing. And yeah, that's what's up with the V&E right here in Montebello, homie. Now, another neighborhood that you have right here in the Montebello area is the WID neighborhood. The Wicked neighborhood, pues. It stands for Barrio Wicked Insane Diablos. Is the what this neighborhood stands for. Now, it used to be a tank crew that became a neighborhood. So they were a tank crew roughly around the late 80s, early 90s, and then it became a neighborhood until the mid 90s, late 90s, early 2000s por allí. That's what I was told. And now they are right here in Montebello and in Rowan Heights. You know what I mean? Is Rowan Heights probably where they are at the largest and very well connected. But right here in Montebello, they do have a presence. Almost through the back ends, like almost by Vale Street as well. You know what I mean? You definitely hear about these guys and you see the activity by them. You know what I mean? So this is their second home right here. And they seem to be putting it down. You do see some activity by these guys. Like I said, they may not be as large as old school as some of these other neighborhoods, but nonetheless, homie, they be doing the thing right there. But that's what's up with the WID neighborhood right there. Another neighborhood that you have right here is the Insane Winos neighborhood, or Insane Ways. That's either way. You see it up both ways. Now, this neighborhood used to be a tag banging crew that became a neighborhood as well. Now, I can't confirm that it became a neighborhood, but that's what I was told. So, you know what I mean? But I can confirm it. But yeah, IWS, is a pretty, was a pretty large tag banging crew. You know what I mean? They may not be as old school or as large as some of these neighborhoods around here, obviously, because they were a crew before, but they have their riders, homie. And you definitely do see the activity, and they do be going at it with all kinds of barrios over here. You feel me? And you could also find them almost by the Pico Rivera area as well. They tend to just roam around throughout these areas. You feel me? They don't really have a specific location. They tend just to be. You can just find them spread out through all over the place. That's pretty much how the insane Winos neighborhood gets down. And but that's what's up with them right there, putting their barrio up on the map and holding it down right there for the insane Winos. You know what I mean? Another neighborhood that you have right here in the city of Montebello is the Barrio JKS. Now, the Barrio JKS stands for Barrio Jokers Gang. Now, I have heard that people thought this was a crew or a clique off of a neighborhood, but no, Barrio Jokers is its own neighborhood. The JKS neighborhood right here in Montebello have been already right here in Montebello since the 80s. They were always roughly a small neighborhood. You know what I mean? They never really had a large presence. But they, you did hear about these guys. You did see them up, and they did do their thing. You know what I mean? You roughly don't see them up as much no more, or hear about them as much no more. But they still are active. They still have their members. You know what I mean? You still see some activity by these guys. Not only that, a small little tagging crew did get into their neighborhood, as of recently. So they do have some heads right there representing for their barrio. You feel me? And like I said, the Barrio Jokers may not be as large as some of the other neighborhoods around here, but like I said, homie, they with the business, dog. They do have their homies that be holding it down right there and representing for their barrio. You feel me? But that's what's up with the Barrio Jokers neighborhood right here in Montebello. Holding it down and putting their barrio up on the map. Now, right here in the city of Montebello, you have the AFH neighborhood. It is originally from Montebello, homebred out of the city of Montebello. You feel me? Now, AFH translates to Barrio Aztec Family Hood Locals Gang. Right here, Montebello is the place where they call home. Now, this neighborhood has been around since the 80s. Didn't become a neighborhood. They were a crew. They started off as a crew. They didn't become a neighborhood into the late 90s. Is when they became a neighborhood. But yeah, they were a tag banging crew before. You know what I mean? They were a crew, but they were a tag banging crew. Like Cholo Homeboys. You know what I mean? And then in the 90s, when they became a neighborhood, they were roughly always a small neighborhood. Because when it was transitioning to a neighborhood, some of them did end up getting into the Metro gang. But not all of them. Some, like other neighborhoods like KWS. There's a few neighborhoods out there that just chose to keep where some of their homies get into a neighborhood, but some of them just keep their neighborhood alive. There's several neighborhoods out there like that, and AFH is one of those neighborhoods. You know what I mean? Some of them did get into Metro, but some of them decided to keep their neighborhood up and standing. And this neighborhood still is active. They still have members around. You feel me? So they still be doing their thing right there. Where they're located at in Montebello is right there. Poplar Avenue on the 5000 block. Poplar Avenue in the city of Montebello is the area in which they call home. You feel me? So that's where they be doing their thing right there and putting their barrio up on the map. You know what I mean? The 500 clica right there. You know what I'm saying? Definitely representing for their barrio and putting their barrio up on the map. These guys ain't no chumps, ain't no pushovers. You know what I mean? Just because they may not be as large as some of these other neighborhoods in Montebello, don't mean nothing. You definitely see the activity by these guys, and they definitely be holding it down right there for their barrio and putting their barrio up on the map. But yeah, that's what's up with the Aztec family hood right there, homie.